working with rural women in rural areas to help them support themselves, because I don't know if the rest of the members know, but I know Jan, you and I, we talked, and Lebanon has been through economic and political and war and COVID since for like 6-7 years now. That has been hard on the country. Usually rural areas suffer the most, women in particular and children suffer the most in war times. And my focus has been to work with children and women in these areas. Hopeful, maybe it's the work we do make us more hopeful, because you feel like you're helping and you're aiding, you're doing something about it. Overall, I don't know. I hope we see some peace. I really would like to see some peace for the whole area. Whether this peace reflects us or we see ourselves in this peace and moving forward, I don't know. But the war needs to stop. Let's just put it this way. There's so many ways for peace, but they need to stop the killing, and they need to stop the audacity with kids dying and the hunger and all that's been happening. That needs to stop. So, yeah, we look day by day to the news and hope that whatever little things we are doing on the grassroots level helps to relieve some of the stresses here. I'm talking about in Lebanon.
Thank you, Nada. Ellie, would you please go next?
Sure. I'm Ellie WILPF. I work with Nouri Ronaqi, that you probably know, right? Mm-hmm. We organized a team with me, Alan, Nouri, and Adelia, and we had a trip. We went to Iran last year in November to see for ourselves what is the situation of women, because when you look at World Economic Forum, Iran is number 143 of 147 countries in the world in terms of women's development. So we went and we had many seminars, conferences, went to universities, we went to the parliament, met with 9 female members of the parliament of the 14, and made us think what is going on with World Economic Forum. So I went back and checked the reports to 2006, and this number remains the same. And I mean, Iran could be number 50 in the world, but definitely not 143. There are many educated women. There's probably 60% of the college graduates are women. They're entrepreneurs. They're single moms. They have their struggles, obviously, but there's a big campaign of false information about Iran generally. And as you know, there was an actual war that did not succeed. So this campaign of the cyber war is even more strong. As of last Sunday, there was declaration of revolution and nothing happened. So I don't know. We think that we should support the standing government and push it towards the direction that we like, rather than full-blown revolution and starting from zero. There's been a whole lot of work done in the past 47 years that it should be built on rather than starting anew. So I'm waiting for Nouri and Alan to come in. They're still trying to log in, and he says he gets a message that you need to admit them in. Is there such thing? Oh, I can't hear you.
Yeah, I had to unmute myself. I apologize. No, I don't have to admit people. Everybody can just come in the way you did. So no, there's nothing. If they have the link, they should be good to go. So I'm afraid I can't help you there, Ellie. Where are you? Are you in California, where Nuri and Ellen are?
No, I'm in Costa Rica now.
Oh,
I used to live in New York. Now I'm in Costa Rica.
Okay. Great. Well, thank you, and thank you for all you're doing regarding Iran also. McGregor, would you go next, please?
Sure. My name is McGregor Eddie. My nickname is Greg for my friends, which you are now my friends. And it's what my mommy and daddy called me when I was little, so it's my family name. The forces of war are everywhere, but people want peace. And I'm seeing it very strongly. People want peace. And I think I feel hope. I feel great hope because the desire for peace is very wide. And I think we have an opportunity here to improve understanding between the U.S. and Iran. This is a project I'm working from outside of WILPF. It's not just for people with political opinions. It's for people who want to learn more, to understand, because it makes war less likely. So it's not a project I'm doing with WILPF. It's just something to know about. But I feel deep hope because people want peace. And I think we can play into that and we can make a difference. I'm concerned that this committee is so small. Is it just that a lot of people didn't come? But that's a concern we can talk about later. This is just my introduction. So I have switched from the Disarm Committee to this committee, but I do think it's the responsibility for this committee to make sure the application for the Iranian WILPF chapter is treated appropriately. Is the Iranian WILPF chapter going to be accepted by WILPF? Ellie?
Is there a problem with that?
There is no life to that. Unfortunately, there's two applications. One is Woman Life Freedom that we think is basically suggesting overthrow, and looks like we'll don't want to hear from us. We sent 11 letters of introduction of these women in Iran, and we're waiting for an application, and there's no response. So, I mean, I personally have given up. Anybody wants to talk to us, we'll talk to them. If not, it's fine. Right now, we're calling our group ZISA, which is زنان ایران برای صلح و آزادی ZISA. So, means Iranian Women for Peace and Freedom, but it's in Farsi. So in order not to get caught in copyright information problems with WILPF, that's what we're going with. But Adelia is getting ready to go to the conference next year. And we're talking about that, and we need to have a good presentation. See what the problem is over there.
Okay.
By the way, Nada, when I was in Iran, we saw a whole bunch of people from Lebanon that were victims of the pager explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Iran had invited them for treatment. They were staying at Sheraton Hotel with their family, but it was bad sight. All these guys with wrapped hand on wheelchair, wrapped face. It was heartbreaking, the whole incident.
Yeah, well, I'm glad, Ellie, you mentioned the International Congress. And I put the dates on my calendar. I'll just share those. July 18th to 21st. It's in Cameroon. And I think that is definitely a good place. I don't know, I've met some people at the International. I'm sure the rest of you have too. I can bring it up to, we have, Genevieve Riccoboni. She's the coordinator for Women, Peace, and Security. I can question her about it. I don't know what she can do as staff. Well, our international rep. Have you talked to our international rep? I wonder.
What is the name? I've talked to Megan, and there's Jamila, who was attending our meetings, and then she had to drop off, and we got a nasty email that you cannot use our name for copyright and this and that. We need to take legal action, some just cuckoo stuff.
Okay.
And I think a couple of staffers in Geneva seem to have decided that we're not good enough. The other people are, and they won't even like make us one group to talk to each other. So I really don't know what's going on. Some bureaucratic thing happening.
All right. Well, if you would put your
Meantime, we just continue having our meetings and doing our thing.
okay. Well, I'll leave this up to you, but
Sorry.
if you would like me to talk to our international rep, um, uh, uh, I'll put my contact information in the chat. Send me an email with a little bit of information, and I'll share it with our you know the Americas has a spot on the International's executive board, and the person happens to be from the U.S. section. Her name is Janet Slagter, and she's in Fresno, California. So I'll put my contact information in the chat, and if you get me some information, I'd be happy to bring it up
Yes,
to her.
please.
Okay.
Could you?
Okay.
Have we done all the introductions? I didn't mean to start a subject and get us off. We were just.
No, we haven't. No, we haven't, McGregor. I'm going to
Sorry,
those
I
right now.
apologize.
No, it's fine.
No, we're fine. We're fine. Joan, why don't you go next?
Hi, I'm Joan Goddard from San Jose, California branch of WILPF. And I'm thinking today mostly about Barbie Elmer. Unfortunately, not unfortunately exactly, she was ill for a very short time in the hospital after she fell and broke her hip. And she was only in the hospital for a very few days, and family were able to visit, but she did die on early Sunday morning. And so the word will be getting out about that. I'm not sure she was really active in the death, but she was very involved and concerned. She was 95 years old. A really long life, and she was very active in WILPF when she was younger, several decades ago, and since then only locally rather than internationally or nationally. So I'm thinking about Barbie today, of course, and the word will be coming out about her. There'll be a information in the next Peace and Freedom, I'm sure. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Joan. What was her name again, please?
Yes, Barbie, Barby, Ulmer, ULMER. M as in mother, ER.
Okay.
Ulmer.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm going to check into.
I did want to say she attended our meetings, our local branch meetings, by getting a ride to the home of one of our steering committee who lived there fairly close to her. And she led a song at our last meeting in October and was active with the Raging Grannies also. Thank you.
Good. Okay, thank you. I'm Jan Quarterman, and I'm with the Des Moines branch and the Tucson branch because we have homes, and we have a home, summer home in Des Moines, and we have a winter home here in Tucson. So I'm fortunate to have contact with both branches, and they both do a great job. So happy to be in both those branches. I think what gives me hope is that what I see at our community level. I mean, we got to get it up to Trump and his Secretary of State and Vice President and everybody to get him moving. But we do move on that in both places. So I'm confident that somehow we'll be able to get through. And that's really the only thing that gives me hope, is just that we have so many people working with us for, in this case, our issue for the last couple of years has been Palestine. So I do have some agenda items that I want to talk about. So I'm going to move to the next one here. So our next NAPJAC event, we had done 2 this calendar year, and I just want to go through those quickly. The latest one that we did, we had a great participation. We had about 130 people register and about 65 attend, and we did a movie. We had the producer of the movie. It was the Palestine exception, talking about universities that are supposed to be bastions of free speech and how you can talk about anything on a university except Palestine. It's a great movie. We watched the movie together, and Jan Hawken, one of the producers, was with us for the webinar, and she chimed in, answered questions, etc. We also had Hanan came in, the chair of the Palestinian section. She was with us for the whole movie and spoke also. And then we also had the chair of the Tucson branch, they've been doing an annual fundraiser every year for Mecca. And we had her come and talk about why they chose Mecca. And by the way, the event was free, but we asked people if they wanted to make a contribution, and we shared any of the profits after we paid our expenses. We shared it with WILPF so that we could schedule our next event, and then half of it went to Mecca. So that's something that I thought was people appreciated, and I was happy that we did get people contributed $1,000 on something that was, that we made clear it would, there was no charge if you weren't able to pay or couldn't pay or didn't want to pay. So that was one, and then I'm going to call on Nada for the next one. We did The Night Won't End. We did that back in February, so of 2025. And what I'm getting to is what do we do next? But I thought it would be good to review what we've done so far this year before we talk about what we want to do next in terms of activism, education. We had activist steps on both movies. But Nada, maybe do you want to talk for a minute about The Night Won't End and Sharif and
About The Night Won't End, yes. Yeah, can you hear me? Yes. I don't know if everyone have seen that movie, but I recommend you do look it up on YouTube. The Night Won't End. It's the Al Jazeera fault line team documentary. It's about a family, or three families, but mainly about one girl who had suffered directly from being attacked directly, and from an Israeli tanker. And she was actually, it was all documented with the Red Crescent or the Red Cross, right? Person that she called in, it was documented, and it was handled by the Al Jazeera correspondent team and those journalists on the ground, together with the fault line team. They put together this documentary to show real life experiences of how family have fled and how they have faced their deaths. I mean, really, they directly, kids have been targeted and directly shot and killed by American weapons, if we were to say that. And it has been proven. Fault lines have gone through back a couple of times from Al Jazeera and have proved that. Unfortunately, this was very hard to watch and to anybody. And this was early in the year, right? It was more like February, I think, of 2025 when we played that movie. So things has been still heated, and Gaza's been under severe attack at that time. So we had played the movie. We had about did we have more than 80 people attend? I don't know. I don't remember the number. But we had with us one of the correspondents of the movie, Sharif Abdul Quddus. He's Al Jazeera correspondent. He's based in Washington, D.C. and Egypt. And he was happy to join us and talk about the movie and take questions. So we are grateful for him. It was definitely an interesting, successful event. And that was the first webinar event we covered this year. I think we are aiming to have another one, right? I think you're getting to that, Jen.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's the whole purpose of reviewing what we've already done in 2025 and what do we want to do. I think we'd be looking at 2026 now, but what would we like to do for 2026? I'm just going to add a couple things on the Night Won't End. We did in Des Moines. We had an in-person event as well. So
we had a viewing. Yes, I forgot about that. Yes.
Yeah. So I think we had about 30 people come and view it with us. So it's another thing that
Mhm.
branches can do. They can make it, all we did was we had a projector and we had a nice big screen. So, so we could watch it. We could watch it
They
together.
can host it in event. And if you allow me to interject here, Jen, this is such a good idea to include and to introduce this activity to your local community, because if you were to really actually rally for what we are doing and really tell people and really advocate for what we are doing. Nothing better than telling them to join us for like a clip of whether it's a documentary or a movie or something that they can talk about, discuss, and go back to, and it stays with them. So I think that's very effective to hold the community showing, hosting a community show.
Yeah, yeah. And I really, I think we really gained a lot from having Sharif with us, and he's with Dropsite News, by the way, now. Yeah. So if you're not already getting their communiques, I encourage you to sign up for Dropsite News. I'm going to take just a couple minutes here. Nuri, we're so glad you're here. And I saw Alan a little minute ago. Glad he was with us for a little bit too, but I know you had trouble getting in. I'm so sorry about that. But if you'd like to check in, we just ask people to introduce themselves, what branch they're with, and where they are, and what gives them hope in this period. So if you would please unmute yourself and do that, that would be good.
You're mute, Nuri Jun.
Yeah, you're muted, Nuri.
You need to unmute.
I don't think that will happen till Alan comes back.
Okay.
So why don't we loop back to Nuri when Alan reappears? Is that true, Nuri, my love, my heart?
No, she's doing it. She's doing it.
Ah, she got it.
Oh, she got it.
There you are.
Hello.
You got it, Nuri Jun.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm so honored and I'm so glad to be with you all. And so many things has happened last year. Wow. What is going on? We were going to go to Iran, and these things that happened prevented all of that. Israeli attack on Iran, and then Iranian response. Yeah, it was, I was sad that Iran didn't continue to finish the job with Zionists, and Zionists continue killing Palestinians. Very, very disappointing. But it was good that they responded anyway. I don't know. I would like to listen to everybody and then.
Okay. That sounds great. And you're still in Ojai, Nuri, right?
I'm in Ojai, and Ojai is one of the, I don't know, branches, sections.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're glad you're here, and there'll be plenty of time for more discussion later. I would like to hear like to have number 1215861. If you'd like to unmute, please, and introduce yourself. We'd like to know your name, what branch you're with, where you are, and if there's something in particular, if you can quickly share, because we have a lot of agenda items yet, what you do to what gives you hope during this time. Go ahead, 1215.
Hi, Jan. This is Louise Lisi.
Hi, Louise.
I sent you a text. To warn you I was journeying from the car.
Fantastic.
So
Good to hear from you.
number. So it's not, and I'm from the Philadelphia branch. And who else is on the call? Because I can't see anything.
Nada is here. Ellie Valape, Joan Goddard, McGregor Eddy, Nuri Rohani, and I think that's it.
Hi, Louise.
Great. Hi. I'm going to mute again and listen because I have to drive.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, we don't want you driving into a wall or something. Okay, thanks for being here, Louise. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And so, can we move to the agenda item about what would we like to do in 2026 that would inform WILF members, that would activate WILF members? I think Nada and I are both recommending that we do something similar to what we did before, but which was show a movie together, watch it together, have important people that will talk more about the movie with us, whether it's the producer or someone like Sharif, who's a correspondent on the ground, and give people a chance to ask them questions and also have some action steps. So I'm going to open up the discussion to see if there are other ideas or if they'd like us to go forward with that same kind of format. So the floor is open.
How about having weekly peace vigil as we do in Ojai, every section, branch of WILF, to have all of us coordinate, like Friday or whenever, 5 o'clock to 6, all over United States. I know there are time differences, but that's okay. Every branch or every section decides to have whatever group they have 1 hour peace vigil at the middle of their city. That's what we have, and we have about nowadays minimum 10 to 20 people participating. For some time, Zionists were also there, creating problem for us. But it's a very interesting because you receive so much response from public, from the drivers, from everybody that passes, from public. Very, very, they are very responsive and very good, very positive. If we could coordinate all of us together to have nationwide peace vigil at the middle of our town, that would be something big. Ellie June, you wanted to say something?
Well, I told them about our trip and World Economic Forum, but I think this peace vigil is a good idea. I want to ask you, what do you set up? You set up a table with candles and posters. How do you do it?
We create some flyers. We we organize that. Nevertheless, we all have a sign, and about 10 to 20 of us are there, sometimes even more. And every Friday, for now 4 to 5 because of the time change, usually we have it 5 to 6. Every Friday. And then after that, we can get together and discuss our peace vigil, how it was, what was the public response, and what do we want out of it. And we put the newest slogan, for example, when it is the issue of Iran, we put Iran or Palestine or whatever is happening is our primary slogan that we bring out. We have other activities too. Actually, we organized ceasefire in Ojai, and City Council passed that. And then the group of ceasefire continued to be Ojai Solidarity Group. And we do support and have meetings or gathering with homeless folks every month. Once a month, we have a dinner party with homeless in town. and we do participate at city council meetings every week. Different people participate and discuss the issue of folks that are houseless or any other issues, national, and the city is International City of Peace, as well as nuclear abolition city that we worked out throughout the years. Relatively good and progressive, and lots of activities going on.
Whoa, I'm back. I lost power, totally lost power. I had to move to another room in my house. So,
Nuri's been telling us about the activities that the folks in Ojai do regularly, but you didn't miss. I don't think you missed anything else.
Okay.
We missed you though.
If we could
No,
all.
It's interesting what Nuri is saying. Having a vigil is definitely something that's good. If it's done at the same time in all branches all over the United States, it definitely, especially if you bring it up on social media. Social media is powerful now. Even having 10 people in a town square, bring it up to social media, it creates a movement.
Yep.
For sure.
Oh, okay.
So thank
you. Hello, this is Louise. Yeah, I pulled over in park so I could talk a little bit. I mean, I think it's very important to have an ongoing vigil, but we don't have to organize everything. Like in Philadelphia, there are a lot of organizations like Fridays at Fetterman has had for more than 100 weeks, once a week, a vigil for Palestine, outside of Senator Fetterman's office. So there might already be things existing in your community, but we could certainly advertise that to everybody, because that's a really good thing to do. Find a vigil, join it, do it on a weekly basis. I think that's great. And I think going back to Jan's talk about, the one movie, of course, I forget the name of, when we had the Al Jazeera reporter talking, I mean, that was a really good event. But if we have an event, I want to make sure that I recognize that it needs to be advertised, and other people recognize it needs to be advertised. Because that's how we get in new people, is advertising in more groups.
You're talking about The Night Won't End.
Yes. Yeah. That was very good.
Yeah. I really like the idea of doing vigils also, but I think Louise has raised a good point, which is people have vigils different days of the week, different times. But I think what we might be able to do, and I'd be willing to help with this if somebody wanted to help me with it, I'd be willing to do just a note to the branches saying, would you let us know what your vigils are in your community, and we'll just let everybody else know about them in case they don't for some reason. So I could see doing that. I think it would be difficult to get everybody to change their date and do them at the same time. It would be my thinking. And I do want to follow up with, I really appreciated both movies, and I want to see if we can do that again. And I appreciate Louise, you supporting that idea. The other thing I wanted to double down on a little bit, though, was that we made it a free event, but we said, if you'd like to make a contribution, we'll split any profits with Mecca, Middle East Children's Alliance. And that seemed to, I think people are looking for a way to make a contribution if they can. It also, there's always money issues going on. WILF US has money issues of its own. So we were able to not only replenish our, cover our expenses, but we also had some money left over to split between Mecca and WILF US. So I'd like to do that again. I just wonder if there's any objection if we do something to have a similar approach that way. How do people feel about that?
Yeah, no objection with me. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Okay. Well, I'm excited about it. I think Nada, you are So maybe the two of us can launch some ideas or just launch
Yes.
something for early 2026. How does that sound?
Yes, we'll reach out to Laila Al Arian and to Sharif Abdul Quddus. Both of them, they are what did you say the name of it? I keep forgetting the name of the network. Besides the Al Jazeera fault line, they're called Drop Site. Yes, I keep forgetting their team. So they both expressed that they'd be happy to help whenever we call on them. So we'll reach out to them and see what transpires. I'll keep you, we'll chat and we can email everyone once we have something solid.
Okay.
As
That sounds
far
great.
as
I have a question
subject.
for Nada. How do you participate being in Lebanon?
What do you mean?
How do you participate in these events via Zoom because you're
Zoom.
in Lebanon?
No, I've only been living in Lebanon recently. This is the past couple of months. Originally, I lived in Connecticut. I'm a Connecticut resident. But this year, my husband retired and we moved to Lebanon, like part-time. So we live 6 months here, 6 months there. I'm going back for the holidays after Christmas, and I'll be there for 4 or 5 months. So this is recent. I've always lived in the U.S., but recently I've been trying to keep up with the meetings via Zoom and emails and keeping up. And plus, I got so busy here doing stuff with grassroots stuff, on the ground, and it took all my time. It took all my energy and my time. So I feel bad that I kind of backed off a little bit from WILPF, but no, I'm there, I'm here, and I will always be with
Yeah,
WILPF.
I guess that's more important because you're on the ground. But
yes, exactly.
What kind of activities do you have over there?
I don't want to take
The
a lot
reason
of
I'm
your
asking
meetings
is
now. I want to let Jan go through the agenda, and then if we have time at the end, we'll be happy to definitely chat and tell you a little bit what we're doing.
Okay. Yeah, if that's okay with you, Ellie, I do want to make sure we get through our agenda. And then we'll come back. Does that work for you? Okay. So let me pull it up here again. Okay, so thank you. So we will definitely do some planning for early 2026. The next thing I've got on the agenda is our next meeting. And remember that we're alternating between Tuesdays and Saturdays because we do have some people that can't be with us during the weekday. But we have other people who it's difficult to be with us on a weekend, so we've been switching off. So that would mean our next meeting would be the third Saturday. That'll come up December 20th. I think that's a very bad time to have a meeting that close to Christmas. So my question is, should we come up with an alternate date or should we just skip December? What do people think?
I don't think we should.
It's important to meet because things are so difficult.
I would like to put something on the agenda for December 20th with the approval of the rest of you. I think that there's many things we can do in the world educating people, but the fact that the international board of our own organization is not accepting a group of Iranian women trying to form a WILPF chapter, I think we should look into. And I plan to investigate whether you say yes or no, because I personally would leave WILPF if I found out that they are refusing an Iranian women's WILPF branch. So I'm going to look into it because I regard this as, first of all, very seriously. Secondly, it's ours to do. We're the Middle East Committee of WILPF. And I think it's urgent to do that as the first thing we do in 2026. So I propose that on December 20th, people who are celebrating Christmas that early and don't want to come won't come, but I will be willing to give a report after investigating both with the board and with Ellie and Nuri about what the heck has been going on with this application, because I am appalled. I am appalled as to why our group, has been stonewalling and refusing. I have waited to bring this up. They've been working on it, what, a year?
Right.
I was very patient. because I was hoping they'd work it out. I'm not jumping to be critical. You guys are my witness. But I think it's now time for the Middle East Committee of WILPF to say what is going on. We need an explanation of why we are not standing up for women, for peace and freedom in Iran. Not for this agenda, but for the 20th, and invite other people, including people on our international board, to discuss it and defend their position of refusing. If this is disruptive, then it's disruptive, but I propose it for December 20th.
So this is Louise. I think that topic is vitally important, but I know I already have a commitment on the 20th. Well, what time would the meeting be on East Coast time on the 20th if we stick to it?
We keep them at the same time.
We
So
have a
East Coast
conflict.
would be 1 p.m.
I know I could not
We
come.
have a conflict on Saturdays. We have our own meeting with the Iranian women on Saturdays at 11
right.
my time, which is 10 your
Ellie.
time.
Every Saturday?
Yeah,
Yeah, every Saturday we meet with them.
So you would not be able to attend, is what you're saying.
Right. It's exactly the same time.
My suggestion to Nuri would it be not to Nuri, to Greg, to McGregor. I would love to hear what you're putting together. It's very interesting, and I would really hate to miss it. December 20th is difficult for me. I'll be in Dubai, or I'll be on my way to Dubai. But would it be too late for you if you hold off to the January meeting on that and report to us? Because we all want to hear about it. I definitely interested to hear. So we could do a Tuesday meeting in January. That's just a suggestion. It's up to Jen, of course, and to the rest of you.
I have a proposal that will address. Can I make a proposal that's a compromise? That
Sure.
Go
we
ahead.
skip the December meeting, but I will have the report ready and send it to everybody. So people have time to read it, think about it, investigate, do their own investigation in case they think I'm biased. In case you don't know, I'm very upset about this. So I'm going to put that upsetness into the energy, and anyone who wants to work with me on it, contact me. I'll put my email in there. And if you want to help me figure out what happened with this application, so that
I will send you the email that went back and forth, and these three women that
yes,
you've been
Ellie,
talking to.
we're going to meet separately and go into this deeply so that we can give the details to people, but also getting it from the board. So anyone who wants to work on this report, the report will be ready December 20th and start disseminating it. And we can talk about it among ourselves without having to meet. Do you see what I mean? Even if you're in Dubai or wherever, and then we'll be ready to follow up ourselves.
At the meeting, right? Is that what you're saying? So then at the next meeting, we will have enough information to share and discuss.
I think that addresses.
I want to amend that slightly. I agree with Louise that this is, and I agree with McGregor that this is an important issue. I also agree that it is a MEPJAC issue. So I would like to have a role. I would like our committee to have an official role in getting to the bottom of it. And to me, that includes communicating with Janet Slagter, who is our international rep for our section, letting her know what we know about it and asking her to investigate and respond, to bring it up to her board and respond. So that's the thing that comes to me right now. You also mentioned, and I think that's the way that, I think that's our best mechanism to get to the international board is through our international rep. So I would like to see us as a committee put together what we know of the facts, send them to Janet, and ask her to take it to the board for thought, resolution, and responses.
And I would like mostly to spend our time on really how to create that Iranian Zanon No, زنان ایران در راه صلح و آزادی, to support bringing Iranian women's for peace and freedom, to support it and to okay it, rather than looking into the obstacles that they created. It, I would like us to work together to bring about Iran having a section of WILPF. Yeah.
I think that's a better way to phrase it, Nuri, so I
Right.
appreciate that. So that our committee, that our MEPJAC committee work to support an Iranian section, and that in the course of doing so, we prepare a letter with all the facts that we're aware of to our representative, our international representative, to address with the international.
That's it.
That's okay.
Nuri,
And I'd like to be part. I'd like to be part of that committee. So, yeah, did you want to say something, McGregor? Go ahead.
I wanted to say, I think what both you and Nuri said is very beautiful and appropriate, because we're doing what it's our job to do, to support there being a Women's International League for Peace and Freedom in Iran. Without, that's our goal, and we're all working together toward it. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
I have a comment as far as December 20th. Is there a reason not to have a meeting, even though some people cannot be there? It seems as if it might be important to go ahead and schedule the meeting, and perhaps people who couldn't be here today can be here then. And some of us can be there also.
Well, there's so many options there, Joan. A couple of people have said they can't be there and they'd like to be there. We could move it up a week. We could make it 13th.
Right, Friday the 13th. No,
Saturday the 13th.
not Friday, not Friday.
Saturday the 13th. It would keep us in sync with our agreement to have a meeting on Saturday every other month. It would get a little further away from Christmas, which I think is very 20th is very close to Christmas. People would be traveling, perhaps, etc.
Right.
So,
13th, Saturday the 13th would be good. Is that something that would work for you, McGregor, with your preparing what you're writing?
No, at that point we can update the committee to what we're doing, and I need to go back and firm up who's on the committee that is going to go on. That's going to go on record, putting MEPJAC on record as supporting an Iranian section,
Yes.
and preparing facts that will be sent to Janice Factor, our international rep, to ask her to pose to the international board.
Joan, I just want to clarify. What I was talking about before has been beautifully reframed. And so it's not an investigative report I'm writing up. We're all supporting there being a WILPF Iran and dedicated to removing any obstacles without any accusations there will be no such report. I will just learn everything I can and we'll find out. But the goal is to support there being an Iranian branch without she did this, he did this. So I'm with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm not getting any answer to who's on the committee with me. McGregor, is it you and Ellie are on the committee with me?
Me?
Except I'm the admin on the ZISA meeting on Saturdays. Yes.
Right.
I'm talking about, Ellie, I'm not talking about the meeting on Saturday the 13th, and I understand you're going to miss every meeting on the 13th, on a Saturday. But we could change the time, but let's talk about that in a minute. But I'm talking about the committee that is going to prepare a statement putting MEPJAC on record as supporting an Iranian section. And in the course of that work, we will prepare a statement that includes the facts we're aware of and submit a letter to our international rep asking for her to take it to the international board.
So I will work with McGregor, see what she needs.
And Jan.
Yeah, she said we're going to avoid that, but tell you how far we got and where we were stopped.
Yeah.
I think the three of us are enough to get that done. Do you, Jan?
Yeah,
It's not a long-term committee. It's just for that one task.
just for the one task.
Got it.
Yeah. Good.
And I'm sure Nuri wants to.
Yeah.
Okay, we've already changed. Okay, go ahead, Ellie.
So there are 4
I'm
of us
saying Nuri would like to be
in it.
involved.
So
I'm
there
sure.
are 4 of us. Yeah.
Would you like to, Nuri?
Yes, please. I am.
Okay.
I would love to. You know, with WILF, I would like to emphasize that Middle East WILF can be more active, especially because of what is happening. Really, imperialism and Zionism, they destroyed, in a way, war in Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, Syria, the whole, attack on Iran and Yemen and, all of that. And I feel WILF Middle East can be alert and regularly sending off condemnation or for Zionism, what they are doing, or imperialism, as well as trying to be helpful. I personally talk regularly to Palestinians daily. Eli does that. We work, we help financially as well as we help talking to them and helping. And WILF can do that, be in touch and bring the news to all of us and decisions as group. WILF is a powerful organization, ancient, 110 years. Women's organization, that is huge. And for Middle East, we can do a lot, or we can be there, and showing our support and or opposition to Zionism and mass murder of children in Palestine.
Gotcha. No, I think that's a good point, Nuri. I need to go finish up with our December 13th meeting because Ellie, you've mentioned the time's not available to you. Since we're changing the date, we could also change the time. So, is there any interest in, should we do that?
Well, our time is 10 a.m. Your time. We have 10 a.m. on Saturday.
Specific time.
So either before that or after that would be great because I kind of want to attend these meetings.
Yeah, I think it would be great for you to, since you're on the committee too, to at least attend the December 13th meeting. We got another issue coming up for next year, but, so when you say your meeting starts at 10 Pacific.
Finish 12.
Yeah.
And you finish at 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, maximum 2 hours.
Okay. So we could start our meeting at noon Pacific.
That would be perfect.
Is that okay with you, Joan?
That would be good.
Yeah, then we can attend.
Works for Nuri. Does it work for you, Joan?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So noon Pacific. Okay. Now we've got the same question for next year because, I guess we can hold it off till December, but maybe we want to handle it now. What do we want to do for 2026? Do we want to keep going the third Tuesday and the third Saturday? Or what do we want to do about next year's meetings? Any thoughts there? mean, we could put it off till the December meeting, but I don't know if that's wise or not. So I'll just bring it up. What do people think?
Jen,
This
I
is
think
Louise.
it's wise to keep it as is for now.
I know the
Okay.
Tuesday time. This is Louise. Tuesday time at 1 does not work for me. It would actually be better if it went to noon Pacific time and 3 p.m. in the East Coast.
Eastern.
And December 13th, the change to starting at noon and doing 3. That's good for me.
Okay. I like that idea as well. I found that idea acceptable. I prefer the mornings, but I can do that one. How does everybody else feel? We would keep the Tuesdays, third Tuesday and third Saturday. We're just changing the time. Instead of 10 a.m. Pacific to 1 p.m. Eastern, it would be noon Pacific to 3 Eastern.
Yeah, it seems as if it'd be good. We're going to try it in December and see if some other people can join us, and hopefully those who are here can also.
It's good for me too, Jen. It's only 10 a.m. Beirut time. So when I'm in Beirut, it's still doable.
Ah, yes. That's
it's 10. Okay.
And also it by not deciding now, but either at or after the December meeting, it gives a chance to try it out and to let other people know and get their reactions and that kind of thing, rather than trying to decide now, perhaps.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm pushing for it at all is because I give the dates to Ellen Schwartz, and she sets up all of the meetings on the WILF US Zoom link. I don't have a Zoom link of my own. So, but I like the idea, Joan, of just waiting till December. We'll double check it. We'll take a final look at the December meeting, and that would still give me time to have Ellen schedule everything for 2026.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. So are there any other agenda items? McGregor, I think, did you have one?
No, I